Do you want to avoid a long, drawn-out implementation process for your CRM? Then I want you to start here. How long does it take to implement a CRM system? Well, short answer is it depends. And the long answer is I'm going to show you the most important thing that you can do to shorten up your implementation time for your CRM. All right, so first of all, let's talk just a tiny bit about what a CRM system is. Again, this is a customer relationship management system. So this is keeping track of all of your leads, anybody who's given you their valuable information, such as an email or a phone number and their name, and anybody who's purchased from you, how often they've purchased, and the frequency with which they're coming back. So that's what's included with your CRM system. And most CRM platforms are going to include a wide variety of things that are more than just CRM focused. Oftentimes they have marketing components, membership components, or online learning components. When we're talking about how long it takes to implement a CRM system, like I said, the short answer is it depends. If all we're trying to do is create a simple way for us to be able to interact via email, text message, WhatsApp, or through Facebook or Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, if all we're trying to do is have a communication system or a basic customer database versus a completely automated customer journey, that plays a large factor in how long your implementation could potentially take. A simple contact database is usually just keeping track of those communications versus a fully automated customer journey is including far more than just your customer interactions. It's keeping track of important metrics, and ROI on your customer and their total life cycle with your business. The second factor that I see when it comes to how long an implementation is going to take is how clearly are you planning out your customer journey or the blueprinting and implementation of your CRM system. Oftentimes what I see is that those who plan in advance usually have an easier time implementing versus we're building, or rather we're mapping or figuring things out as we go. If you're figuring things out as you go, oftentimes what I'm going to see within that is a lot of different workflows or campaigns that are very disjointed and can oftentimes leave a customer feeling very confused and the team to feel very confused. Additionally, you're usually not tracking specific metrics or ROI on that customer in the way that you probably may want to see down the road. Having a clear roadmap that is built out, that is clearly defining that process from start to finish, is always going to speed up your time. Me personally, I like to map these out on a whiteboard, take pictures. I usually will go in and then build them out in an additional mapping tool such as Lucid Charts or Draw.io. There are any number of tools where you can build out a flow process, but that's going to really help to speed up your time. Additionally, you cannot get too detailed in those blueprinted plans. Much like a building blueprint that you will see where it has exact measurements and scale for all the components to a building, you do want to have that when we're talking about implementing a fully automated customer journey. The third thing that's going to really affect how long it takes to implement your CRM is who is doing the implementing. Are you doing it yourself? Is a team member doing it? Have you hired somebody on OfferUp? Are you trying to DIY this via training videos that your CRM has provided, or just from ones you're finding, hey, here on YouTube? Or have you hired an expert to be able to build all of this out and then train your team on how to use it? Obviously, you can pick any of these options in order to implement your CRM. However, oftentimes what I see is that can really affect how long it takes for the CRM to be workable for you and your team. I have a customer that I am working with currently. Their team purchased their CRM software several months ago. And I believe it was 9 months ago. And at first thought that it would be the best idea for them to build it out themselves. Speaking specifically about a team member. The team member did a good job given their working knowledge of the business and how it started. However, he was also going in without any kind of roadmap. He was going based off of a roadmap that he had in his head, and there were no clear blueprints. Fast forward to them hiring myself and my team to implement their system. We were able to utilize a few of those workflows and processes. However, we needed to go back in and blueprint out all of those additional details. That created significantly bigger workflows and campaigns that were more comprehensive and included a lot greater detail. Additionally, we were able to implement it in a matter of a week versus this employee who had had several months in the system and was beginning to feel frustrated by having to learn everything within their system and all of his current job duties. If you'd like to avoid having an extremely long implementation time for your CRM, I would strongly encourage you to check out this video where I talk about how you can build your customer journey and what a customer journey is. Thanks again for watching this video. Don't forget that simplicity scales and complexity fails. As you're going through and doing these things, always keep it simple.